All right, so now let's get into filtering. So by default, you start with priority, but I've got any option here to filter by these different things. So status is things, the statuses that are available are open, resolved, and closed. So if a ticket is actively being worked on, it is open. There's also a fourth status. We'll get to that in just a second. If a ticket is actively being worked on, it is open. And then the way we do it at Simple Focus is if I were to pass this off to Calvin or assign it to Calvin, he makes the logo 50% bigger. He would mark it as resolved, and then he would assign it back to me. And you'll notice now we have a new status category here. So this is resolved. So this says Calvin thinks he's solved this. And then our process is that I will go in, since I opened the ticket, I will go in and verify that the logo is bigger and it looks okay. And if so, I will mark it as closed. And you see the status just updated to closed. So this is a good way to kind of work it through the different stages: open, resolved, and closed. I mentioned the fourth status. The fourth status is reopened. So let's say that we come back and the client says, actually, it's too big. I can reopen it, assign it back to Calvin to fix, and then we have reopened. So just another kind of way to see how issues move through each status. Can also sort by assignee. It's pretty self-explanatory. Can sort by who opened it. So these are all mine, but if Calvin had some and Caitlin had some, then there would be more entries here. You can sort by subject, which I think this is alphabetical order. Category is one that I use a lot. In this example, we're having theoretical pages for our theoretical website as categories. So I can see, okay, we've only got one change to make on the contact page. So let's go ahead and get that knocked out. Just another way to kind of slice and dice the information. Milestone and due date. So this is, if you're thinking about the project through the lens of when it needs to be done, this is a quick view to see how many tickets are left for each milestone. And then finally, date created and date updated. So just another prism through which you can filter these tickets. Again, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you've got some options over here to filter by issues that you're following or not following. There might be issues that are submitted by Ashley that get assigned to Calvin that I'm not automatically or don't need to follow. So that's what that is referring to there. You can also filter by, if I only want to see what we've done, what's been closed today, I can click that. Or if I want to see only open and resolved, open and reopened, sorry, do that. And it's going to leave out the ones that have been resolved or closed. So as you start clearing off the list, you don't need to see resolved and closed. You can very quickly turn those toggles off. If you'll notice here, these are additive, in other words. So I can keep the filter for only open and only reopened and only critical. So when you have hundreds of tickets, it's really important to have a lot of options to drill down to the view that you want to see the most. And so this is just another way to kind of get a little more specific and make sure that you're seeing exactly what it is that you need to see at any given time. A little bit tough to demo because we only have a handful of tickets here, but anytime that I feel like I've gone too deep in the app and I'm not seeing what I want to see, I can hit this handy dandy reset filter button, which is basically a big escape here. And it will take me back to the default. It'll clear all my selections over here for the filters. So as you can see, it gets really powerful when you can set up these views and drill down to exactly the information that you want to see. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorites, especially when we are managing, for instance, like a retainer project where there's requests or tasks that come in over a period of months, and the backlog really starts filling up. It's very easy to move issues between different milestones or categories, and really get a sense for how much progress our team is making along the way by using these filters over here. So if I click on the issues, this is another way to just kind of quickly surface some information, some additional filters. So I can see how many tickets are mine. We've got 4 total. I can then sort by newest issue or recent activity. I can see workload. This is basically by assignee. I can also see which ones are getting a little stale. So those are my sorting options.